Good evening and welcome to the Nevis newscast. Today is Thursday, July 28, 2016. I'm Fredecia Liburd. The Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture recently conducted an assessment of St. Kitts and Nevis's plant health system and its veterinary services. Agriculture, Health and Food Safety Specialists for AICA, Carol Thomas and Maxine Paris-Aaron, visited the Federation at the invitation of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture.
The idea behind this assessment is for us to determine what is the existing situation as it relates to the delivery of services in plant health, in animal health, and for us to identify where the gaps are so that we can make recommendations for improvement. So the whole exercise really is towards improvement, not to do an assessment and to say, oh, St. Kitts and Nevis not doing well. The idea is improvement so that the systems, both in terms of plant health and animal health, can be elevated can be modernized so that it meets international standards.
Last week, the team met with stakeholders from the public and private sectors, including agro-processors, livestock and crop farmers, as well as fishers, to gain valuable insight into the current system.
I am handling the plant health issues, and my colleague, Dr. Paris-Aaron, is handling the veterinary services issues. But from my perspective, I can say, looking at it from a preliminary basis, that the Department of Agriculture and the plant health system here is, with limited resources, seem to be doing quite a good job, based on the feedback. Of course, there are areas that need to be addressed, but, I am hearing from the stakeholders now, not from the department themselves, but from the stakeholders, that their good work is being done. So we hope to be able to make recommendation to even improve more on that.
A common vision session with stakeholders was expected to be held on Monday, July 25th on St. Kitts to share the preliminary findings. The two experts presented a report on their findings, including recommendations based on international standards and best practices, which it hopes will be acted upon and over time result in improvements.
The plant quarantine department, for example, is very limited in terms of the number of staff. So that is one area that is important and that we will be recommending strongly that is addressed in terms of increasing the staff. Of course, another area is in terms of training. We need to have, and specialist training. The area of diagnostic in terms of, a farmer has a problem, there are some pests, we need to have trained persons who would be able to correctly and properly diagnose what is this particular pest that is there and is able to say, this is what you need to treat it. So within that realm, we need to increase the staff. Of course, finances is always a problem, and that is something that needs to be looked at, because to address many of these needs, you need to have the financial resource.
According to Thomas, AICA's report can be used when countries approach funding agencies, as it is recognized and accepted as an application of the tool. According to the St. Kitts and Nevis's Bureau of Standards, in the latest round of bottled water testing, the brand Island Purified has failed to reach required standards.
It has been found that samples taken from Island Purified water failed the necessary testing. As a result, the Department of Environment and Health has initiated a program to remove from consumption all bottled water produced by Island Purified water within the last 2 weeks. This is being done out of an abundance of caution while further testing and corrective measures are being undertaken.
Health Educator in the Health Promotion Unit, Shevanee Nisbett, is making an appeal to consumers to refrain from consuming Island Purified water.
Consumers should not drink any water that was distributed from Island Purified water within the last 2 weeks, as it may result in diarrheal illness. The St. Kitts and Nevis Bureau of Standards, in collaboration with the Department of Consumer Affairs and the Ministry of Health, is actively addressing this matter and will keep the public duly informed. The Ministry of Health in Nevis has been taking action to ensure that the respective bottles are being taken off the shelves. We are also asking that you be mindful of the water you're consuming, as we are trying our best to protect the Nevisian public from any illnesses that can result from consumption of unsafe water.
Health Educator in the Health Promotion Unit, Shevanee Nisbett. The Nevis Culturama Committee earlier today was the recipient of a donation from the St. Christopher and Nevis Social Security Board. Presenting the donation was Public Relations Officer Walter Morton.
On behalf of the management and staff of the Social Security Board, I want to present you with this check to assist with your expenses during the Culturama, Nevis Culturama 2016. I would like to tell you that, as usual, we always try our best to support Culturama, because basically everybody, the whole nation is involved, and Social Security, as usual, want to play a part in supporting and sponsoring Culturama.
Accepting the check on behalf of the Nevis Culturama Committee was Executive Director of the Culturama Secretariat, Abonaty Liburd.
I'm very delighted to come here to your spanking new building this morning to accept this check from the Social Security Board. Now, Social Security has been sponsoring Culturama for as long as I've been with Culturama. And I think that the board has made a wise decision to support the festival, because, as you rightly said a while ago, Culturama affects everybody. It is put on for everybody, and for Social Security to be given to Culturama, it in fact will be given back to the entire nation. And so, on behalf of the Culturama Committee, I want you to take our best wishes and say thanks to your board for their most gracious contribution to Culturama over the years, and more so this year.
Executive Director of the Culturama Secretariat, Abonaty Liburd. Still to come,
on Friday from 9 a.m. going on till 7 p.m. for the Department of Agriculture 11th Annual Fruit Festival. We promise you it will be a wonderful activity.
The details after this break.
Celebrating the old, showcasing the new. It's Culturama 42. Experience Essel Hosford, Miss Culture Queen Pageant, Miss Culture Swimwear Contest, the TDC Senior Kaiso Contest, the Talented Youth and Junior Calypso Contest, hello, the Mr. Cool Competition, great music at the Soca Monarch Contest, the Cultural Food Fair and the Grand Cultural Street Parade. Culturama 42, July 21st to August 2nd, the Caribbean's greatest summer live. Visit us online at culturamanevis.com and on facebook.com/Nevis Culturama Festival.
Celebrating the old, showcasing the new. Culturama 42. Welcome back. The Department of Agriculture will be partnering with the Culturama Committee tomorrow, Friday, July 29th, to host the department's 11th Annual Fruit Festival. Permanent Secretary Evelyn is the chief organizer of the all-day event.
We have numerous fruits on the island, and we want persons to realize how versatile our fruits are, how many products can be used from the fruits. And apart from that, we also want people to become a lot more health conscious. We know what the situation is with diseases and so on, and we want people to consume a lot more fruits. So we're encouraging people to use more fruits. We're encouraging persons to use more fruits in value-added products. We're encouraging persons to plant more fruit trees, and at the same time as well, we are trying to teach persons how important it is to manage their fruit trees as well.
The Fruit Festival's main events are usually its ice cream and cake competitions.
For the ice cream competition, we are focusing on soursop. For the cake competition, we try to have persons who are doing cakes to focus on having local fruits added in their cakes as well. For the cake competition, we are having 3 categories. We have the cheesecake category, the plain or light fruit category, and the heavy fruit category. And here the focus is on trying to utilize our local fruits as much as possible. I can say that we already have persons registered for both competitions, the cake and the ice cream. And what has been happening over the years is that persons show up on the day of the fruit festival with their cakes or with their ice cream, and we do not turn anyone back. So if you're coming and you're showing up without registering, we will accept you on Friday.
For the second time, the Fruit Festival will take place from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the DR Walwyn Plaza under the theme, Adapting to Climate Change to Achieve Greater Food Security.
We will be having roast corn on Friday at the Fruit Festival. I know that is something that people go crazy for at the open day. And so we put in a small crop of corns just for the festival, and we'll be having roast corn. And of course, the Department of Agriculture, what is normally a big hit for the Fruit Festival is the smoothies. And for this year, apart from the smoothies containing the regular fruits and the fruit pulp, the smoothies this year will be having a different twist. They'll be adding cabbage, kale and broccoli. We would have sampled it at the department, and they are quite good. So the smoothies will be having a different touch, a different flavor this year, all very nutritious and very tasty.
Meantime, another major event for Culturama 42 is set for tomorrow evening, July 29th. The Senior Kaiso contest is set to take place at the Cultural Complex. Reigning King Astro will defend his crown against 7 other Calypsonians who are determined to gain the 2016 title. The Calypsonians now know the order of appearances following yesterday's draw at Double Deuce Restaurant.
For the TDC Senior Kaiso final, coming up on Friday night at 8 o'clock, we will have Astro, number 1, Hollywood, number 2, Pupa Wheeler, number 3, Daddy Nature, number 4, This and That, number 5, Irwin, number 6, Notsy, number 7, and bringing up the rear, the Enforcer.
It's indeed a pleasure just to speak a little words on behalf of the Calypsonians and to say thank you, first of all, to Culturama for allowing us a stage to vent frustration, share some joy, and have fun. In that same breath, I want to thank TDC for the continuous, and I mean continuous support. So I must say a big thank you to Ernie France and his team. So we promise you we're going to have a great show on Friday night. And with those few words, I wish everyone all the best, God's guidance, and have a great, great show on Friday night. And enjoy the rest of the Culturama festivities.
That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Felicia Liburd. Thank you for viewing.
This one is going out to the land of my birth, Queen City, Nevis.
Truly, one of the few places that has an untouched beauty that has captivated the hearts of many. Nevis is everything you imagine.